So most people are thinking that CDMX or Mexico City is an expensive city to vacation in, and it can be. It can be extremely expensive.
But you don't have to break the bank.
No, we just spent 2 weeks there between house sits, and we spent almost nothing. I mean, we did this super cheap, and we're going to show you how to do it right now.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Paul and Natasha with Nomadic-AF. Today we are going to be talking about how you can visit CDMX Mexico City on a budget, just like we did. Now we're going to be talking about everything from travel to and from the city to how you can get great food for super cheap to even visiting and doing some crazy cool activities, getting to them for like 25 cents. And
Right, we just recently did a whole day trip, and it cost a grand total of $6.
yeah.
So it can be done. Mexico City can be done super cheap, and let's just show you how really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, getting to Mexico City. First of all, there are 2 airports. Make sure you pick the right airport. If you're flying domestically, anywhere into Mexico City is cheap, and I'm talking like less than $20, not including tax, right? So get on these budget airlines, these domestic airline websites, Valeris, Viva Aerobus, and
Aeromexico?
Aeromexico,
Yeah.
and you can get super cheap flights right in. Also from the United States, you can get super cheap flights into Mexico. So if you're planning on spending time in Puerto Escondido, stop off in Mexico City for a week. It'll cost you next to nothing.
Yeah. So that leads us to our next point, travel within the city, because it's super cheap too.
Yeah, and first of all, before we even get into how to travel around, if you pick your hotel properly, you don't need to go anywhere for the week or two. Every single barrio has everything you need: grocery stores, tourist attractions, lodging, everything.
You probably won't even need to leave your barrio except to do like some of these crazy activities outside the city.
But to travel within the city.
There are buses, metro, and a subway. Ubers are actually really cheap, although sometimes kind of frustrating with the traffic.
Yep.
There's also even bike rentals
everywhere
that locals use to get to and from.
Yeah, on every corner there's a bike rental. So
we encourage you to use these methods when you're traveling around as well.
It's super cheap, and we got a Metro card. It cost us 75 cents and 5 pesos, 25 cents per ride. You can get all the way across town for a quarter if you have to.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it.
Definitely.
Yeah. The third way to visit Mexico City for cheap is the food. Like, I don't think people understand how inexpensive it is. If you're staying in like Polanco or Condesa or Roma, Hippodroma, it's expensive. Like, I'm talking like major New York prices.
Yeah, you're paying $5 for a cup of coffee.
Yep, but not everywhere else, and certainly not in Centro Historico where we stayed. We were eating
amazing
street food for like $1.50 per person, $2 per person.
Yeah, 35 pesos for a giant plate of flautas that would fill us up for the entire day.
Yeah, that's $1.75, and it will fill you up.
Yeah.
So if you're concerned about spending money in Mexico City, you can eat like a friggin' king. I mean, we were getting tortas that 2 of us couldn't finish for $2.50, $3.
Yeah, there's so much good street food in Mexico City, and we encourage you to check out our video on that too. We'll leave the link in the description and the comments.
But we ate street food every day. I mean, granted, we were craving some vegetables for sure, but it can be done.
But you don't have to go to Mexico City and visit only Michelin star restaurants. You can get good food for cheap in Mexico City.
Definitely. All right, activities and day trips. Like, they can get pricey. I mean, it could take you, you know, $100 to go up to the pyramids and on a guided tour and all this nonsense, but it does not have to be that way.
No, we spent 2 weeks in Mexico City, and aside from the days that we were working, we pretty much were out and about every day, and we spent hardly anything during that time.
So while we were in CDMX for 2 weeks, we kind of worked a lot, but we did take our time to go to see some activities. Like, we went to Xochimilco, which is a huge tourist attraction, right?
Yeah, that's a bucket check for me. That was so fun.
But you can do that for $6 per person for the entire day. Room to room transportation, that's a boat, that's getting everything you want to do out there.
Yeah, we paid 8 pesos to get there, 50 pesos for a collective boat. Yeah, $6 for a total full day of adventure.
Yeah, same with Chapultepec Park. I mean, we got to Chapultepec Park, it cost us a quarter, 25 cents each to get there. And there are so many free activities. You can go to the zoo. You can get on the freaking the zip lining and everything, which is cheap, not free. But there's so much stuff to do at Chapultepec Park. You can spend the whole day and not spend a penny.
People watch, botanical gardens.
Everything,
Yeah, they have tons of stalls where you can get food.
Yeah. And it's a super cheap day. It's a great time, and you don't need to spend $100 to do it.
Yeah, some other things you can do for super cheap. Check out the markets. There's a ton of them, and they're all very different.
Chinatown.
Yeah, visiting Centro and the Palace in Chinatown. There's also Book Row.
Yeah, Book Row is really cool if you like books.
Gonzales.
Yeah, you got to check out Book Row on Gonzales. It's great shop.
Yeah, one of my other favorite things to do is check out all the different barrios, and you do not have to stay in a barrio to check them out.
Right.
Like you can go to Condesa and just walk around and people watch and grab a coffee if you like, but you don't
sit
have
in the park in
there.
Hippodromo. You can go to Parque Mexico and check out all the dogs. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's talk about accommodations, right? Everybody thinks it's so expensive to stay, and we just did another video on this on our hotel.
Yeah.
We had a very, very nice, low-budget hotel. Clean, affordable, everything.
Safe,
and it
walkable.
was $15 a night.
So
I mean,
cheap.
where are you going to pay that? You can't get that anywhere.
Yeah, definitely avoid areas like Polanco, Hippodroma, Condesa for overnight stays, Roma Norte as well. You can, like I said, go there and visit for the day and then just come back to your hotel.
Right, it'll literally cost you, if you just wanted to Uber it will cost you $5 to Uber at home.
Yeah, and staying in those barrios will cost you so much more per night.
Per night could be your whole 2-week trip if you stay somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're coming down to Mexico for any length of time, especially if you've got like an extended trip, do not be worried about coming to Mexico City. We found it to be safe, enjoyable, and inexpensive. Now, granted, you can spend a lot of money in Mexico City.
You can spend a lot of money in Mexico City.
But you don't have to have a good time. You can do it on a budget and have a really good time. We just spent 2 weeks there, had a blast, spent next to nothing. Yeah,
we actually spend a few days in there in between layovers whenever we can as well.
Oh yeah, we always try to schedule some time in Mexico City.
Yeah, but if you like content like this, you want to know more about Mexico City, anything budget related to travel, please let us know in the comments below because it really does help us out, but also we like to provide content that you want to see.
Yeah.
So until next time,
Thanks.
bye.